right, guys, shall we?
Yes. Oh my God, this looks so bad.
It
Hi,
doesn't. It really
everybody.
doesn't.
Hello, everybody. Please go buy a lottery ticket because it's your lucky day. You have joined Virtual TrekCon's The Main Viewer on a huge news day. There's so much good Star Trek news to talk about, and might as well just get into it. Walter Koenig of the original series dropped some major news. The Seventh Rule also dropped some major news, may or may not be related. We've got some Star Trek history lessons to go over. We've got some Next Generation Michael Piller talk to enjoy. There's all kinds of memes to get into. There is an original series relic that has resurfaced, and I'm not talking about Walter Koenig this time. I hope he's not watching.
Oh, he just tweeted, "That's not cool."
Oh well, sorry, Walter. So anyway, we've got a lot to discuss, everybody. We have much to discuss. And Melissa Longo's here.
Hi there, everybody. Oh, check out my family shirt.
Ooh.
Woo, where can we get this family shirt?
Everybody, you can get
Possibly.
that shirt at the Star Trek and Chill online store at the link downstairs. You just go right below this video in the description box. You'll see the link that says Star Trek and Chill Shopify, and you can click on that, get your very own Ferengi family shirt or Cisco family shirt. More families coming, I bet. And you can get that in any shirt, and any size, any color, any style, and have fun. Be the envy of your neighbors, like Jenny R. Johnson.
Hey, that's me. I'm super envious. However,
No.
I am wearing this amazing Darker Province. Wait, Majors. That's the name. Oh, it's amazing. It's so great. And it also came from Star Trek and Chill. What?
Everybody, can you believe that? You can get your very own Decor Province Majors, which is one of the best baseball teams, one of the 4 or 5 coolest baseball teams in the universe, and they are all available on the Star Trek and Chill online store downstairs. Look, everybody, Dr. Anne-Marie Seagull is here as well.
Hi. I'm just admiring. I don't know if I've seen the front of that shirt or noticed it. It looks amazing.
I love this one.
I love that.
It's got the extra blue screen awesomeness going on today. So
yeah.
Mesmerized.
What is it? It's normally like a purplish color, right?
It's like I would say a royal blue.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Royal blue always looks purplish to me somehow.
Yeah, it's one of those
Well, unless this is considered royal blue. This is royal blue.
No.
It's just blue.
No, wait,
That's
no,
like
that's
blue.
This is
not
royal
a
blue.
That's more royal.
Everybody in the live chat, tell us, is Ryan's shirt that he's wearing right now, is this a royal blue, or what color blue is it? It's not a navy, but navy's darker.
It's like ultramarine is what it is, actually. It's like French ultramarine.
Huh.
Pretty
that
close.
just means ocean.
French
French
Crayola
marine.
called that color like blue.
Yeah.
Well, if Crayola said it.
Like Walter's wearing purple.
Walter is
That's
wearing
like purple.
So everybody, by the way, my name is Ryan T. Husk.
Okay.
Please give this video a like. Do not base it on our previous conversation. Give this video a like based on all the great news we're about to tell you. And please make sure you are subscribed to this channel. If you're listening in wherever podcasts are found, please be sure to give us a 5-star rating and a nice review. Everybody, if you're just watching right now, our hint was wherever podcasts are found. You can always find us, Virtual TrekCon, wherever podcasts are found. Please make sure to go subscribe and support that way. Melissa's got something crazy to say before we get started. What's up?
No, I'm just looking at royal blue.
Oh.
And blue.
Mhm.
And it's a mix
And this
between
is
the
royal
two.
blue as hell. This is royal blue AF, isn't it?
It's more of a melding of royal blue and blue.
That's a
Oh,
good
yes.
diplomatic answer.
Everyone is right. But it's royal blue is described as a deep, vivid blue. So to me, that would be what Ryan's shirt looks like.
That's fair.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is very interesting. So I'm looking at it too. All right, well, let's just get into you guys. First things first. We'll get into it in immediately right now, but we have got to start you off with a cool Star Trek meme because you've earned it. So the key is, do you love fighting over the internet? Kimber, you do? Oh. This is not for you then. But if you are tired of seeing all this negativity all over the internet and you just want to go see some happy, chill, fun things, I recommend Star Trek Memes. It's a nice Facebook group. Actually, there are a couple of them. And they just post like funny stuff. Sometimes it's not funny, but you can scroll past it, which is a lost art, by the way. You can scroll past stuff you don't like. So here is one of those. I'm not affiliated with them. They don't know I'm complimenting them, but sometimes I like seeing fun stuff. So check out this meme from Star Trek Memes Facebook group. It's our good friend Lon Suter, played by Brad Dourif, Grimo Wormtongue himself. He says proudly, people tell me that I have a unique way of lighting up a room. To which our good friend Tuvok Shakur says, it's called arson, Mr. Suter, and those people are called witnesses.
Amazing response.
And Suter's like, this guy's no fun. This guy ruins everything.
Oh.
All right. Let's get into the news, everybody. So you may or may not have heard that there was a big news item announced. This is from ScreenRant.com, our good friend John Orchiola, back of the head. Look at this. Whoa. This feels very like 1991, right?
It does.
These colors.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's a school picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. You should be wearing Oakleys.
Yeah.
But this picture reminds me the most of the monkeys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're the monkeys.
All right. So Star Trek legend Walter Koenig is going where no other Star Trek original series actor has gone before by reviewing his classic Star Trek episodes on the Seventh Rule podcast. Koenig played Ensign Pavel Chekhov in Star Trek the original series seasons 2 and 3, and he reprised Chekhov in 7 Star Trek movies from 1979 Star Trek the Motion Picture to 1994 Star Trek Generations. Koenig recently voiced Federation President Anton Chekhov in Star Trek Picard Season 3. Before we go any further, do you guys now know who he is?
Yeah, it kind of rings a bell. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was on the tip of my tongue, and you kind of...
He kind of looks like this guy. A bit.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it continues. But before it continues, I'm going to pull something up for all of y'all. There it is. What do you guys think?
That is royal blue. Canva, you're wrong.
Interesting.
Yeah,
There are a lot of different royal blues, so I'm just
Blasphemy.
going to have to try them all.
Try them all.
No.
Yeah,
Look, there's all kinds of royal blues.
I wouldn't call that royal blue either.
I wouldn't
like...
either. This one says it's traditional royal blue.
Oh, even
this
that's
looks
a little
like the
bit on
color
the
I'm
navy
wearing.
side. Oh,
I
yeah.
agree.
It's a bit dark.
That arty
so
click is
royal
pretty
blue
good.
now. Royal blue now
Yeah, I
has a
feel like
color
it's already
palette.
click.
Yeah, arty click.
This is
That's what I
I'm
thought
wearing-
was royal blue. Yeah, you're wearing that.
Yeah, that's ultramarine. What you're on there.
I feel
Arty
like
click.
Jenny would know because she orders the pink color.
Right? I
yeah,
do.
this is not royal blue. This is like
That is not.
blue.
That's ultramarine with white mixed in.
Now I'm pissed. Anyway, so the article continues. You guys, this is big news, everybody. So it continues. Walter Koenig joins the Seventh Rule hosts and producers, Starak, Lofton, Ryan T. Husk, and Melissa Longo to announce his joining the podcast. In addition, the Seventh Rule has launched an Indiegogo campaign that allows backers to support the podcast, as well as earn unique perks such as joining roundtables with Walter, Starak, and
Walter.
others via
Mhm.
Zoom. Hey, where'd it go?
Balloon.
Via Zoom, as well as autographed pictures and other exclusive and limited perks. Check out Walter Koenig and the Seventh Rules announcement video below. So, Melissa, what do you think about this news? Is it a big deal or hey, whatever?
Huge deal. It's a huge deal. And I'm thinking this might be more royal blue than Canva's royal blue.
Yeah.
But it's a huge deal. Because as Walter says in the video attached, he's been so adorable. He has been very adorable through the whole video and the launch of the campaign. So it is huge news and so exciting and yeah, historic in fact.
Yes.
Jenny, how much of the original series have you seen? Are you a
I-
giant Walter Koenig fan?
Oh, I'm a giant Walter Koenig fan. I've seen not all of the original series. I'm working on a rewatch or on a full watch because I've seen like lots and lots of pieces. I just haven't seen it in the proper order. But I've seen all of the movies, and he is a delight, both on screen and in person.
Truth.
Like delightful.
Not to mention Babylon 5. Oh my
Right?
God, he's amazing.
Right.
Oh, he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Anne-Marie, do you think you're the biggest Walter Koenig fan out of all of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love him. He's just so cute. Oh, and he just gets better with age. So adorable.
You've seen all the original series, right?
Except for like a couple season 3 episodes, yeah.
Mhm.
Because I don't want it to end. It got so good on my rewatch. Like now I'm like slowed down a lot.
Mhm. Ryan, get that ultramarine out of my
Oh my
face.
But I have to say, like, I'm really enjoying these big interviews he did, the exclusive interviews with Screen Rant and Trek Movie, where he
Mhm.
like just freeform talks. He says like the cutest little things. I can't wait for like it's exactly what I need right now for my soul.
Yeah.
Walter's little jokes.
Mhm.
Walter's stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And also I have to say, like I've heard him deep dive a couple TOS episodes in the past, like, oh my God, his memory is, he'll always say, well, what do I remember? It's so long ago. But then you hear him talk and his memory is amazing.
Mhm.
And he has such amazing, like, adjacent Hollywood stories, which always blows my mind. Like,
Oh, yeah.
people who've been in Hollywood for decades. Like, you just never know what you'll hear and you never know what they'll say.
Mhm.
And so I absolutely can't wait. I was number 45 donor.
Yeah.
Yeah, our good friend Glenn Iverson in the live chat says, so Ryan's wearing an Indigo shirt in celebration of Indiegogo campaign. Now, right now,
Oh,
Jenny's
thought
like, that
Indigo
is far
Girls.
from indigo. That's what
It's
she's
not
thinking.
indigo.
Yeah, that she's getting very judgy right now,
I
but we
have to
like
say
the
though,
joke.
as you get like this background makes your shirt look darker.
It is darker than
Yeah.
those colors.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was blue, and then when I put it on, my dark soul just really thickened it, I think.
I love
I
it.
think.
Mhm. You really are a dark force in the universe, Ryan.
There's something related to Star Trek or Star Wars. Which reminds me of
Mhm.
another item, everybody, very quickly. Check this out. The meme of the week. Could there possibly be a better one than this one? Dr. Anne Marie thinks so.
Yes. Oh my God, this is the best.
This says,
About this all day.
Chewbacca remembering he forgot to cancel another free trial in time while Obi-Wan gives him a manicure. I don't know. I don't watch Star Trek.
Ah,
So good on every level.
wow, that's the
Those are eyes I
story
wink.
I know.
about the guy pulling the thorn out of the lion's paw.
Mhm.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
It's a
No,
And it's a
Daniel and the
human.
Lion's Den. Doesn't it monks?
Well,
Mm.
I mean, he's definitely pulling something out of the paw, and
Mm.
that I think that's a lion.
It's definitely a lion. I love all paintings of medieval, or sorry, all medieval paintings of cats of any form are
Mhm.
truly amazing because they have like people faces.
Yeah.
So weird.
It's so
Yeah.
weird.
The eyeballs are everything.
Mhm.
So the reason for this article, everybody, is that, of course, in a nutshell, Walter Koenig is joining us on the seventh rule. In my, did we figure out? Never mind, my blue shirt. And we're going to be reviewing the original series. Walter's going to watch them. I asked him, I said, hey, have you ever watched the original series? He said, not since its first airing. So that was many decades ago. So he's very excited to watch all of these episodes and review them. I know I have not seen every episode, to put it mildly.
Mhm.
To put it very mildly, I have not seen all or most of the original series episodes. Sirach has also said that he's only seen a few episodes because they were in his cabin at the Star Trek cruise. So
That's amazing.
But it does say something that when Sirach was flipping through the channels in the Star Trek cruise and he saw that he had options. He could watch Voyager, he could watch Enterprise, he could watch Next Generation. He chose the original series. So there's something there.
Nice. Mhm.
There's something there.
Well, also like season 2, in my opinion, is the best TOS season. And it
Mhm.
really like jumps out at you how good and timeless the show is and how ahead of its time it was. So
Mhm.
I'm so glad you're starting with 2. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of timeless, everybody, Dr. Muhammad Noor is here.
Hello, I had to match Melissa this week since I matched Jenny last week.
Oh, it's perfect.
Next week I want to top like Anne Marie's.
Do it today, yeah.
Next week. Good to see everybody.
We should all do that for Anne Marie's birthday. We'll all wear one of those kinds of tops.
I'll wear like a camisole, yeah.
Yeah.
Camisole.
Perfect.
I knew
Yeah.
what it was called.
Mhm.
Well, now you do for shopping.
Exactly.
Never even heard of that word. You just made that up, didn't you?
Oh
It's a real
my
word.
gosh.
No, it's a word.
Anyway, welcome, Dr. Muhammad Noor. We were just talking about the original series of
I was
Star
listening.
Trek. Have you seen every episode?
Oh yeah, like 20 times. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, when I started watching Star Trek was like late 70s, and I somehow just missed the animated series in terms of it even existing. But basically, that was the only Star Trek I had aside from the movies from like the late 70s until TNG started. So I just watched them like over and over and over again. So I can recite many of those episodes.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I mean, all the merch I got at STLV this year was TOS, specifically season 2. So into it. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
So, Muhammad, did you hear the news, though?
Yes. I'm extremely excited. Yay, Walter Koenig.
Yeah, so there's, plenty more information on that, everybody. If you'd like more information on it, of course, just go to the Indiegogo campaign. You can find that link. Just go to the 7th Rule on any social media. Go to Virtual TrekCon on social media. We're retweeting up a storm. You can find that link there, or you could just go to Indiegogo and search the 7th Rule. Right now, the campaign is 2 days old, and it's currently up to $16,000. That's like I think 400 million Canadian dollars, Jenny. I'm not sure.
Basically, yes.
I'm not good with the metric
The
system.
timing is great too, because if you have friends who are Star Trek fans, what you can do is you can start getting Christmas presents. And just think, like, for the price of, let's say, a 1 month lieutenant thing, they can come and hang out with an amazing group of people. People like who you see on screen, but also like Sirach Lofton. That's pretty amazing.
Sirach is worth it alone. It's crazy.
Exactly.
It's like the best deal in the world.
Exactly. So I mean, this is a great chance to like get stocking stuffers, and you just print out a little thing and put them in there. Great presents where you can have like a shout out in like an episode where at the start of an episode, this episode was brought to you by Jane Smith.
I love it.
Like, Jane Smith's so happy.
That's right.
I heard Ryan say my name.
I was like, Brenda Custodio was last week. War Dog Time's coming up. It's so fun. Dave Gregory did one recently.
Yeah.
It's fun hearing the shout outs. I love it.
Totally.
Plus, it's like everybody who listens to back catalogs for the rest of time, which I do like every day. You really continue to hear it. It's not just that week. It's amazing.
That's a very good point because what I've found in my very short lifetime is that people love making memories. That's what's so, that's what's so hard to find and so unique when it comes to gift giving. There are a lot of people like myself, or maybe, and if anybody ever had a dad and they're like, hey, what do you want for your birthday or Christmas or whatever? And the dad's always like, I don't know, just barbecue, or, or
I don't need anything.
It's hard, and some people are tough to shop for, but sometimes people just want a memory or a once in a lifetime opportunity, because then they don't have to hang on to that item on their desk forever that's collecting dust, but they don't really want to get rid of it, But then if you just get them a time to meet Walter Koenig, or a time to go, to a Star Trek convention, or whatever it happens to be, that's always a very cool thing. Or food, because food, you eat it and then it's gone, and it's wonderful.
And delicious.
I also love like the IMDb credits. Like sometimes it's a fun talking point on a date. Like, oh, I'm on IMDb. Or they ask you about it if they've stopped you. Like, I've had that happen. It's very fun.
A lot of people who stuck around too initially had it as a present. Like I remember one of our associate producers, Tierney C. Diekman, has said several times that this was initially a present, and that she then stayed on.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and others who you've seen like come on periodically, like Dr. Courtney Lewis, who you guys might remember was associate producer. Actually, it was funny.
Fun earrings.
Yeah, exactly. I was in an event with her about a month ago, and somebody walked over and was like, I've seen you before. You were on that Star Trek podcast. So, she's famous for that now too, as well as her amazing
You
research.
gift her
Yeah, she got it as a gift.
Amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody, that's a great point though. And this is the kind of stuff that I get for my brother, because he's worse than I am about this, where he's like, dude, I don't want anything wasteful. Don't waste anything, like super, super hippie. Gotta love him, right? So I'm like, I got to be careful. Even if I just donate to an animal charity in his name, I can't send him the paperwork, because then he's like, oh, this is what I have to send it in an email. But anyway, so but this is great, and as Muhammad said, it's a good stocking stuffer, because if you don't mind wasting one piece of paper, you can print it out, fold it, put it in the stocking, something like that.
You
Whatever.
can do the Gmail queue to send later and have it sent on Christmas Day. That's
next level.
That's beyond my skill level, that's for sure. So anyway, everybody, please do everybody a favor, do yourself a favor, do us a favor, do Walter Koenig a favor, and go support that Indiegogo campaign, because we want it to happen, and Walter is worth it. And even if you just want to donate $1 to show your support, that's huge. Even if you just don't want anything, there have been a few people that are just donating and they don't want anything, which kind of in the spirit of donations. And so they just do a straight up donation. You can do that too, but join the fun. It'll make you feel good. And I think that's all I have to say about that.
Well said.
Thanks. But let us continue about that news item, everybody.
Yay.
Something's locking up here. This is from our good friends over at trekmovie.com. Let me pull that up. Sorry, I've got technical issues. There it is. It was having problems pulling up, but this is trekmovie.com. I'm sure that was on our end, not theirs. Very reliable website.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a couple great podcasts, by the way. Check those out.
Mhm.
So it's entitled Walter Koenig to join the Seventh Rule podcast for Star Trek, the original series rewatch, if you can believe that.
Just gonna
Dr.
say,
Noor.
Their pictures, their like graphics they do when they cover Seventh Rule always make me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
It's so cool.
Oh, you have the
I
chat
agree.
pack shirt.
Yep.
Nice.
And the Coors hat. That's
Nice.
amazing.
I do love a Coors Light.
That's amazing.
Of course you do.
All my favorite
Okay.
brands.
By Laurie Ulster. We like her.
Yeah, she's a good
Yeah.
pal.
She's
So,
awesome.
Dr. Noor, would you mind reading this one for us?
Sure. The Star Trek podcast, The Seventh Rule, co-hosted by Deep Space Nine's Sirach Lofton and Ryan T. Husk, has already ventured into rewatch territory with a guest co-host when they tackled the first season of Star Trek The Next Generation with Denise Crosby. Now, they'll be taking an episodic look at Star Trek The Original Series with the Enterprise's Pavel Chekhov himself, Walter Koenig. Trek Movie spoke to Koenig and the Seventh Rule team about the upcoming TOS rewatch. Plus, there's a new Indiegogo campaign where you can join in. Koenig joined Star Trek in its second season when producers decided they'd attract a new set of younger viewers with the younger, more hip cast member, looking at the success of one of the biggest shows on TV in 1967, The Monkees. Love that show.
Love that show.
Mhm.
Enter
Oh,
Walter
that's
Koenig, who was hired on the day he auditioned and only found out he'd gotten the gig when they started measuring him for his costume. In a new interview with Trek Movie about his upcoming stint on the Seventh Rule, he said he'd never seen an episode of Star Trek before he was hired.
It's a little known fact. That's how I found out I was graduating high school. Was because I saw my cap and gown there, and I was like, "Phew!"
Nice.
It was very touch and go. It's like I didn't know until like that day I saw my last name. I was like, "Woo wee, we did it." Anyway, we'll edit that out. Let's continue, Dr. Noor, shall we?
Sure.
Oh, wait, I have to just like also preface this cool interview. Like Laurie Ulster, I couldn't even believe this fact. She's like one of the biggest TOS fans I know. She told me this was her first time in one of her dreams to interview Walter Koenig.
Oh,
So it makes like
that's
reading this
awesome.
extra special. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's
It's
lovely.
so exciting.
In a new interview with Trek Movie about his upcoming stint on the Seventh Rule, he said he'd never seen an episode of Star Trek before he was hired. Quote, I never saw it before I was in it. He told us, laughing, quote, I saw the styrofoam rocks. He clarified a little after that, quote, I was flipping channels and I turned on this planet. There were rocks that obviously weighed about 1.5 pounds, you know, and so I never gave it a second thought, nor did I try it again until I actually went in to read for it.
So there's going to be a lot more of that hijinks, everybody, when Walter joins the
Mhm.
Seventh Rule. This is pretty much a historic moment. This is something that's just about 60 years in the making. As far as I know, no original series Star Trek actor has ever been a part of a podcast to rewatch
Yeah.
and review. And it's very likely that this is the only time this is ever going to happen.
Mm.
What do you,
Not a lot left, yeah.
Mhm.
unless Bill
Mhm.
Shatner suddenly decides to start a podcast called Shatner's Show. I don't know.
You could join
George
another one like
Takei.
Investigates with William Shatner.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about this for Takei's podcast show? It would be called George's Take.
Oh, that is a good one.
It's not perfect, but it's okay.
Yeah.
That parentheses I at the end.
New segment on the Seventh Rule. George's
So-
Take.
Anyway, everybody, go check out that great article with that great interview there. We don't want to go through the whole entire interview because that would take away from George's takeaway. I don't know.
Ooh.
But definitely go check that out on trekmovie.com. There was also an interview with Walter on screenrant.com. So everybody, you can check
getting
that
around.
out. He's very excited for this.
That's awesome.
He is very excited to join the Seventh Rule. And he thinks we're, what did he say, Melissa?
Amazing. He loves you guys.
He does.
He does. And oh my gosh, just to listen to his stories, it's just a gift. It's such a gift to treasure always. So yeah, I think people would be wise to jump on this Indiegogo train because he's so great. He is, and he has a way of telling stories like nobody else. The way he looks at the world and the way he formulates jokes is very much in his own Walter-esque manner, which is wonderful.
We should have like a final segment for Walter that's like, Walter's thing, Walter's final idea that he wants to share with everybody.
Yeah.
Walter's final word. Yeah.
Yeah, Walt's word.
He was in one episode of Star Trek New Voyages, if I remember right, too. That's one of the fan series.
Oh, right.
He's also in Star Trek Renegades.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, also Star Trek Renegades. Yeah,
with Aaron Eisenberg, Lisa Longo, Sirach Lofton, Ryan T.
All-star cast.
It was. There are also other people like Nichelle Nichols and so on. They were just happy to be there. Anyway, here's a little snippet from that great article that John Orchiola of Screen Rant did.
Back of the head.
It's our good buddy. Here's a little snippet for you to enjoy, everybody. The question was, we should start off with the main reason why you are very kindly here for this interview. We're here to announce that you, Walter Koenig, are joining the Seventh Rule podcast. He goes on, he asks the question. Walter says, oh, wait, I really do have to ask the question. He says, John asks, tell me, how did this come about, you joining the Seventh Rule podcast? How did they talk you into this? Rude. Walter says, it's the mail. They've gotten thousands upon thousands upon thousands of letters. It was just to cease the mail. 2 postmen in Ryan's neighborhood have threatened to quit as a consequence of lugging all this mail. So Ryan said, well, what can we do to keep the postman from quitting? And other than firing this guy who's the head of the post office service, which could be a good idea, this is what they came up with.
Okay.
That answer. It's amazing.
Factually correct.
Yeah.
So everybody, that's just a tiny snippet of what you're going to look forward to with Walter's stories. Who knows how accurate this is going to be? I'm sure it will be. I'm sure you'll be able to tell when he's joking.
Yeah.
Though he does have a very deadpan way of delivering things sometimes.
He does in a wonderful way.
One of my favorite Walter moments is when I think he didn't he tell you to tell a joke or something and then you told it and he was just like,
yes.
That's it. Eh?
I have no memory of this.
On his birthday.
It was on Star Trek and Chill.
Yes.
He was like, that was it, or something like that.
I will say, before we started recording the pitch video, we were just going to go through it real quickly. Here's a little insider scoop for everybody. This is just between the 5 of us. And he said, we just kind of start talking, and he says, he's going through his spiel, and he says, I have tremendous respect for these guys. I really love them, and I'm honored to be a part of this. And he said that, and Sirach and I are like, we should be recording this. We should. And I said that, and then Walter goes, oh, you're not recording? Oh, I thought you were recording. So then when we record the pitch video, He didn't
Yeah.
say that again. He didn't say like, I have tremendous respect for them. They're wonderful. I love them so much. I'm honored to be a part of this. So I kind of like nudged him. I'm like, hey, remember those really, really sweet things you said at the beginning that when you thought we were recording? Now that we are recording, can you say those again while we're recording? And so then he goes, and you can see it at the very end of our pitch video. He makes some kind of thing about like, these guys want me to say, that whatever. And he just talks all this jive. And we're like, well, let that be a lesson. Always be recording. Record even the rehearsals, because funny stuff or good stuff can always happen and you're going to miss it.
Yeah.
And let that be. And Walter was more than happy to teach me that lesson. by
so
not
funny.
saying it.
That's amazing.
He's so funny. I love his.
Yeah, what ended up in the video was still pretty wonderful, because it was tongue in cheek and a little, poking, but all with love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. He does that poke with love thing. He once yelled at me. He once yelled at me about something. I felt bad, but actually, he was totally joking. It's like he was telling something, and I kind of zoned out for a minute, and then I asked a question, and apparently it was something he had just said, and I just missed it. Emily was sitting next to me. She's like, "He just said that." I'm like, "Oh." He's like, "Pay attention!" And he's slamming his fist on. I started to ask something. I was like, "Were you listening to this?" I was like, "Yes, I was listening. I promise."
Amazing.
I feel like he does that so much in TOS too, where like half the times he talks about a little old lady in Leningrad or like Russia, he's smiling, and half the time he's not smiling. And it's like, is he like just messing with people, or does he believe it? So it'll be really fun to like try and get him to talk about those moments and how the decisions he made.
Yeah. Well, he did that to Aaron a couple of times on the set of Renegades, where and Aaron wasn't sure if he was joking or not.
Right.
Whoops.
His favorite joke to do on the set of Renegades was when you were walking him to set, or you're walking with him, he would pretend to trip. And that scares the out of you if you're a producer or somebody in that, and you've got an 80-year-old man walking in, he goes like, oh, like that. And you think, oh my God, we're going to lose. I'm going to get in trouble or whatever. I don't know. But, and then he's just doing that to mess with people. So anyway, he's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Faith Howell says, Walter Wonders. That's a good one. Like at the end of the show, he'd be like, Walter Wonders.
Nice.
Did they deliberately make those shirts too short, or something like that? And what is it? Bob D says Walt's Wise Cracks. That's another fun one.
That's fun.
Anyway, so lots of good stuff there. Everybody go check out that interview on at screenrant.com. There's way more to read, but we don't have the time for it. We just bring you the news, not every single delicious morsel of it. We show it off.
Pointing you to the news.
Yeah, we point you to
the
it.
news. Yeah.
Exactly.
Any other final thoughts on Walter and the seventh rule before we move on?
They're both awesome.
And just like if you've already given or you can't give, you can support by subscribing and sharing the link. Like sharing is very much appreciated.
Totally. We're not even mad if you can't donate, or you're already part of the Patreon or whatever like that, but you could share it around. That's always very helpful.
I donated $1 because I have Patreon, but I just wanted to be part of the Indiegogo too, and get the number to brag about.
All right. So that reminds me, everybody at home, we have an unboxing video for your enjoyment right now. Somebody here amongst us got a box from Paramount Plus, if I remember correctly, and will now open all of those goodies in front of all of you, unless you don't want that.
We do.
Let's see how it goes with the green screen. Okay, first of all, it came in this beautiful box. It's already being like tricky.
This beautiful invisible box.
Yeah, I think you have to turn off the background.
You got a box of Walter?
I got a box of Walter. That's the dream. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay. Okay, so this came for the finale, and the reason I got it was because
The Lower Decks finale.
yes, the Lower Decks finale, and the reason I got it was because on Twitter, Star Trek on Paramount Plus did a call for people wearing Star Trek shirts for Star Trek Day. So I just like took a picture of myself because I already was wearing a Lower Decks t-shirt out walking around. So I just took a picture of myself and tagged them, and then they contacted a bunch of people, and they were like, "Oh, if we need any pictures, can we use them?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." I love Star Trek. And then I don't think my picture got used, but they're so nice because flash forward a few weeks later, and they sent a follow-up message on Twitter that like in my Twitter inbox that I'm sure everybody got who was part of the Star Trek Day picture campaign. And they were like, "Hey, we'd love to send you like our appreciation." So I think for the season premiere finale of Lower Decks, they sent them out to like fans who tag Star Trek on Paramount Plus.
Awesome.
So let's see what I got. Okay. So first of all, oh my gosh.
It's a puppy. Oh.
This massive
Fun.
Ooh.
Paramount Stanley mug.
Ooh, that's
that
a
I
good
guess
one.
I can like go camping with Walter, and we can have marshmallows by the campfire.
Marshmallows.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds good.
that's from Star Trek 5. Okay. Then I also got colored pencils
Ooh.
for Lower Decks. I
Oh,
guess,
is
like,
there a
There's
royal
a
blue one
royal
in there?
blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I see.
Okay.
I think I see royal blue in there.
Okay, let's see. Well, let's just see what color blue it is. Oh, you know what? It doesn't say. They're just pencils in a Star Trek Lower Decks case, which I guess they're like thinking that I could somehow become a better artist, but that's probably a lost cause.
Awesome.
So, you know what? I'll use them for my Lappy's notes. So that's really, I mean, I love the box. It's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, I got one of these Cerritos pennants.
Oh,
That's
amazing.
cute.
Okay, so
That's
cute.
awesome.
With
Awesome.
the California
great.
bear.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
says California class Starship Eureka. Okay,
That's awesome.
That's super cute.
That's very
Um,
Northern California, very way up there.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, there's so much stuff. Okay, so the colored pencils came with a coloring book, and it's adorable.
So
Oh,
much
goodness.
fun.
Look how cute this is. Shoot.
Oh, we can't see.
I see Walter.
Oh, there we go. Now we saw it for a second there.
Mhm.
Oh my God, it's
Captain
so
Freeman.
cute. Okay, good. I was like, I can't draw myself, but I can certainly do coloring books.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
here's like Badgie.
Badgie looks
Can't
like
see
Walter.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Freeman and
Sorry,
Ransom on that
sorry.
first page, but
Okay,
the
well,
others.
okay.
it keeps-
It's like moments of the show. So this
Yeah.
one is like to Lynn and
No.
Mariner. Okay.
No.
Okay, so I'll keep going. Okay. So then I got
This is the worst
How does that
unboxing
so
video
good?
ever.
I'm sorry.
It's just all
Okay.
it is just
You'll
putting
have
up
to
like
post
boxes.
pictures later.
Okay. Okay. Whoa, this is heavy duty. So, oh my God, it's a charging station.
Oh,
Cool.
For
Great.
phone
so your
and
electric vehicle.
earbuds.
Nice.
Oh my God, this is like so
Wow.
nice.
That's cool.
I need this. Whoa, in the charging port, it says Lower Decks.
Wow.
Oh my
Awesome.
God, there's, like,
Nice.
so much.
Whoa.
This is amazing. Like,
How many things does it charge?
Oh.
Wow.
That's
this is
awesome.
amazing. And it's like
Yeah.
really good quality. It's like
Mhm.
gloss
Looks
black
like it.
matte. Also, I need a manicure. But like, wow.
Wait a minute.
This
These
is
guys
amazing.
spare no expense. That thing charges
Yeah.
at least 3 different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. I totally needed this.
That's
That's
super
awesome.
classy. That's
Like
a
a
good
Oh
one.
my God, and it's magnetic. It's like
Ooh.
silicone covered, and
Mm.
it's like
Wow.
this is amazing. Oh my
That's
gosh.
great.
I can't believe this thing. Okay, wait.
Right now,
then-
Muhammad's totally judging. He's like, cords are way better.
Wait,
You guys don't know.
it comes with a cord and instructions for like
There you go.
people like me who are like, I don't know how to use a fancy
There you go.
charging station. That's
They
amazing. Oh
covered
my gosh.
everything.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Okay, then I got a t-shirt,
Oh,
which
Oh.
Ooh.
I know. I do love these Lower Decks t-shirts. Okay, so this one. Okay, let's see. Oh, sorry.
Has Walter on it too.
Okay.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
It's
Ah.
oopsie.
Oh.
Okay, I'm sorry, you guys.
Oh,
Okay,
never mind.
basically, let's see.
Caution.
It's
Moopsie.
like it's about like how to
Moopsie.
handle Moopsie.
Oh, that's cute.
So cute. Okay, there's one more. This is like a TARDIS of Star Trek boxes. Okay.
Oh
A
my
lunchbox.
gosh.
Oh
A
my
lunchbox.
god. It's a
Lunchbox. Oh my
lunchbox with
Amazing.
Maggie and Logicky.
Whoa.
Oh my god, and look, it has like the lunchbox, like my old Rocky and Bullwinkle one.
That's
Oh
amazing.
my god.
Gosh.
Oh, look at
amazing.
the inside's
That's
so
epic.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank
That's
you,
so
Paramount
awesome.
Plus.
Yay, Paramount Plus.
Star Trek on
Yeah.
Paramount
They
Plus.
should have the inside of the box painted with Ta'ana in there with big black pupils.
Yes.
No, wouldn't that be great?
Oh my god, I
Right.
love this. This is so amazing. So it pays to tag Star Trek on Paramount Plus.
Apparently,
They're-
that's
They're
awesome.
so
Yeah,
good to
that's
their
big pay.
fans. Yeah, I can't even get
Mm.
over all of this. Wow.
So everybody in the live chat, what was your favorite item? Like if you could only get one item out of that box, what would it be? The invisible shirt, the invisible pens, the invisible
Oh, colored
lunchbox? No, but really, what
Wait,
what was
and
the
it's
best
on Bella
item?
Canvas, like the seventh
Oh,
nice.
which is my
Mhm.
favorite.
So they're
Oh my
Knowledge.
softies. Mm.
Bella
So
Canvas
soft.
is the
gosh, I
best.
love that.
Mhm. Oh,
Mhm.
Moopsie shirt
The
for sure.
Best.
All right.
See?
So the
Sucker
answers
for
are
Between a
coming
shirt
in.
and
starters.
lunchbox. The lunchbox is also interesting.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
so
the
fun. I
lunchbox
did this
is
with my
great.
nephew.
Yeah.
We gotta have like
Oh
the
my
main
gosh.
viewer lunch boxes.
We do.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
yeah.
BTC
it's
lunch
stitched
boxes.
together. The coloring
With
book is
a
like
thermos
stitched on the border.
inside.
Oh, nice.
This is so nice. I can't even get over that.
What's stitched on the border?
Like the coloring book is like stitched with thread on the
Like it's not
edge.
stapled.
It's amazing.
Nice.
This is classy. I love
Awesome.
this. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
They're
so
amazing.
the question was, what was the best item there? Glenn Iverson says the charging station.
Yes.
Allison Leach Hyde says coloring book. Shag 840 says lunchbox,
cool.
easy.
Mhm.
Dave Gregory says the pennant, followed by the lunchbox. The pennant's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
pretty fun. These are always so creative.
Mhm.
I know.
I like Faith Howell's answer.
Walter. She says the best thing in the box was Walter. He's like, "Hi everybody, I'm in a box." I actually do a pretty good Walter Koenig impression, everybody, but you're gonna have to see it on this. Oh wait, I can't really say it on the seventh rule because he'll be right there going, "That's not how I talk."
Oh my
So we
God.
need all the Walters now.
Yeah, he'll be like, Sirach, is he always this stupid? And Sirach will be like, not always.
Oh.
Aw.
Um, Todd says Moopsie was the best. Doc Plush says the lunchbox. One Trek fan says the charger or the coloring book. On B95 says the coloring book with pencils.
Mhm.
Okay. I also
Faith
say
House.
the box alone. It's like I freaking love a good storage box, and this is just there it is.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
so cute, and it's shiny and like really great quality and flips up. And
Mhm.
they sometimes I know they send the boxes like on their own, but this time they sent the box in a cardboard box.
Oh,
that the
nice, yeah.
boxes, like didn't get damaged. So I can keep it forever.
That's cool.
War Dog Heim in the live chat says the lunchbox or maybe the invisible shirt. Dave Gregory says that Moopsie
Ooh.
shirt. JR Poole says I like the charge thingy.
That charger thing is.
Bob D
I
says
love
the
it.
silica gel pack. Wow, great stuff. Todd Fielding says good stuff. Ryan Galloway, our Canadian pal, says the charging station or lunchbox.
Hmm.
Lots of good stuff.
Oh my
But I agree
gosh.
with Anne Marie. The boxes are just really cool too. Because you
Mhm.
can also just cut the top part and put it as like a poster.
AWNB95 said that everything came with a cloaking device.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love their shirts so much. I love repping Star Trek everywhere I go. And also they're great
Definitely.
conversation starters. When I'm wearing them out like in the world, you never know who will be like, oh, cool shirt. I love
Oh, yeah.
that. Really fun.
Mhm.
Mhm. All right. So let's move on to the next item up for bid. Boy, there's a lot. There is a lot. There is a lot. First of all, let's just jump over to our friends over at twitter.com. You may enjoy this one. Check this out. Here it is. twitter.com, aka X, somebody named Sign Trek says,
Nice.
I tried to get my handsome ghost to visit me this Halloween, but no luck. Any tips? And Gates McFadden says,
Oh my God.
maybe try the pink nightgown, she says,
Tweet of the week.
Awesome.
which is very
Amazing.
funny.
That's very funny.
Very funny for anybody that likes that kind of toilet humor with ghosts and candles and stuff.
And nightgowns. Oh my.
Here's an interesting question.
Hmm.
This is for everybody. If you know the answer, no cheating. How many, because I counted this up a few months ago, how many seasons of Star Trek are there
I'm obsessed with this.
in total? How many you are
guess or
counting,
count?
Jenny?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Everybody in the live chat, test your knowledge. How many total seasons of official Star Trek have there been? You can get out a pen and paper. That's okay.
I can't math in my head.
I think 44.
You count short treks?
Oh, and there's.
I'm not answering that question.
That I don't know, actually.
I think I counted 45, but I did it pretty quick, and I did not count short treks. May have missed
Lot
one.
of
Oh, I forgot Strange New Worlds.
Wait, oh, I'm not counting
47
things-
then. That's
I'm not-
Strange New Worlds.
But are you
Okay.
counting things that are coming out next year?
No, I did not.
How many total seasons of Star Trek are there that have aired, I guess? Melissa, do you have an answer? You were mathing quite a bit.
Yeah, I slowed down after Enterprise.
I use my
Um,
calculator.
Oh, I should.
Why am I just getting?
I don't know if it's right, though.
What do you got, Jenny?
I've got 48, but I don't know if that's right. Because there's a lot of holding things in my head, and that doesn't work for me.
I'd agree if you count
Really?
short treks, but I don't know if you count short treks. That's a weird one, right?
I don't count short treks.
Oh, okay.
I get
What did I
44 unless I count short tracks.
It's possible I was doing that in my head. I may have messed up. I mean, you're doing a calculator. I'm sure you're right.
I'm like Picard, Strange New Worlds, Discovery. Oh, I think I have an extra. I think I have an extra 3 in there. I think I counted Enterprise twice.
Oh, 47 is not a choice, so I guess that's not it.
48.
Are we counting 2
That's
seasons
just
of
what I
short
put.
tracks
They
or
could,
no?
they could be wrong. I'm not telling you guys the correct answer.
I didn't count short treks.
I didn't count short treks either, and I got 48, but I might
Oh.
have counted wrong.
So it
Oh
would
no,
be
no, no, that's
50
right.
then.
Because the Enterprise and original series are both 3.
Enterprise is 4.
Oh,
Enterprise is
so it's
4.
49.
All right. Let me tell y'all what the people in the live chat have come up with. Give them a few more seconds to answer. So we'll go over this together, right? By my count, 3 original series,
Mhm.
Oh, animated.
2 animated series.
Oh.
Matt Boardman laid it all out too.
That's 5 old school, right?
Of course he did.
Right.
Then we have easy 777, right?
Yeah.
Voyager, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine. That brings us to 26. Then we have Enterprise 4, right? That brings
Oh.
us to 30.
Mhm.
Then we've got Discovery, which currently has aired 4,
Mhm,
plus 2 short treks.
mhm.
Ah,
Just
okay.
going in order here, right?
Oh God, I
So
forgot
that's
Lower.
30.
No.
That's 36. Yeah, short treks had 2 seasons. I think the first one was 6, the second one was 4.
Yeah.
An animated series was even weirder. It had like 20 episodes and then 6 the second season. But anyway, so we're at 36 with Discovery and with short treks. Then we've got Picard, easy 3, right? So
Mhm.
that's 39.
Mhm.
Then we've got Lower Decks, which is
We're on
4. That's 43.
Mhm.
Then we've got Prodigy,
Oh, my
and
God.
Prodigy's 1. So that's
Mhm.
44. Strange New Worlds is the most recent one. 46 is the correct answer.
Ah, okay.
So
It's off by one.
It was
I
off
think-
by 2. That's because
Unless
I-
my numbers are wrong, but that's what
No,
I
you're right.
Oh, okay, right. The animated. Yeah, okay, yep.
yeah,
Yep.
I added a season to Enterprise because
I took one away.
Season. And then I added a season to the animated series because
Yeah, the animated series, I think it was like the first season was like 20 episodes.
Yeah.
The second
Right,
season
right.
was like
Much
6
shorter.
episodes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I only remember that because it
So
was so
weird.
weird that
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. So it's 46. There is somebody out in the Twitterverse that seems like they might also know this answer, because if you go look at twitter.com and go to our friend at Good Aaron, that's Aaron
Oh.
J. Waltke,
Mhm.
he says,
Oh.
I would be absolutely delighted if season 2 of Star Trek Prodigy
Nice.
winds up being the 47th season of Star Trek.
amazing.
It might
That would be
be.
amazing. So right now there's a race.
Yeah, between Discovery and Prodigy. Yeah.
Whichever one of those comes out first gets to be
So fun.
the greatest number ever.
Yeah.
That's a quality
Mm.
tweet because it also makes you think.
Yeah. So, I mean, he didn't say they're currently 46, but I'm assuming this is what he's implying, or maybe he thinks there's 45 and, he thinks Discovery and then Prodigy. But does anybody know out of us or anybody in the live chat which is coming out first, Prodigy or Discovery? Do we have any clues?
I don't think they even know.
Somebody didn't they say something about Discovery coming out in early 2024 now? I feel like they've
Then they also said early
Yes.
2024 for Prodigy. And then if I were Paramount Plus, I would
Mhm.
release Discovery a little bit later than early because they're they have less content next year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, they still have 30 episodes, but
Hmm.
I don't think there's a rush to get it out in January. But I'm not sure.
And
Especially if
everybody,
they show football.
right, so
That gets
football.
Yeah.
subs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember that football continues on beyond January. We have the Super Bowl
I know.
usually in early February, but now we also have the XFL that happens right after, and we have the USFL,
What?
which happens right after that. Now, these two leagues, if you're like me, the first thing you thought was, wait, there are 8 teams in the XFL. There are 8 teams in the USFL. They play their seasons are right after one another. Why don't they just freaking merge?
Yeah,
Like the
that's what
NBA
I've been saying.
and the ABL, or like the American League and National League Baseball. It happens all the time. And if you're like me, you were like the happiest to find out the news a couple months ago that yes, in fact, they are actually merging. They announced that they will be merging.
Oh.
And so now they'll have 16 teams, and Houston's going to have 2 because
Wow.
Houston has a team in both of them. So I think that's very exciting and interesting. Anne-Marie is like, this is making me dizzy and I hate you for it. But it's very interesting and
I had
fun.
no idea this was a thing at all. Is that because I don't
Canadian-
have regular TV?
Canadian football
I
will
have no
have its
idea what
day.
this means.
Canadian
Don't worry.
football is a whole different thing.
The CFL.
Mhm.
I haven't had TV in like 10 years.
Yeah.
So
Oh, weird. Oh, all right. You and your sports streamers.
Let's talk.
Back of the Head says the XFL owned by The Rock. Yes, he is one of the
Right.
owners. Yes,
Okay, I did know
and
about
one of the
that.
head
Pretty cool.
guys.
Oh,
And the
man.
USFL went defunct after like 2 seasons a while ago, and then they started up again. And the XFL also went, they had 1 year, then they went defunct. They were going to start up again, and then COVID happened. So both of these leagues kind of need each other, I would say.
Right.
Anyway, we got to move on. Nobody else cares about this. Just me and maybe Matt Boardman in the live chat.
And clearly
Anyway,
back
what
of
I was
the
going to
head.
say
Mhm.
was, and Back of the Head, of course. He's a big football watcher. So the poll, 8% said 45, 26% said 48, 26% said 44, and 39% said 46 on the fly. Good job, guys.
Nice.
So good.
So
I will say I was second place in fantasy football league that I'm a part of this
Nice.
season this week. Usually I'm at the bottom.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yay.
I was actually thinking yesterday, coincidentally, that it would be fun if on the 7th rule we had like some kind of, not a fantasy football, but like a pool where we say who we think are going to win, and then everybody can like not bet, we'll call it wager, who they think did the best this week, you know. So they'll be like Team Sirach or whatever, you know, or Team Melissa, or if they want to win, Team Ryan, you know, whatever, but it's up to them.
Hey, I was in second place and I have been in first place as well.
I've never done fantasy football. I'm just talking about straight wins. I'm afraid of fantasy football. It looks too complicated.
It's really fun.
Yeah,
but you do have
fun.
to like, you need to know stuff a bit.
Kind of. Yeah. Depending on because this is just guessing which team will win, whoever is playing against each other.
So anybody could win that.
Exactly.
All right. Back to the news, everybody. This one is super interesting. This is also from screenrant.com. This is actually from this morning. This is a really good one. Check it out.
Whoa.
Not that the others weren't great.
Oh, so like, I just want to, since we're moving into season 3 for TNG very soon on the 7th Rule rewatch, I thought, wow, this is so timely. And it's always such an interesting thing to hear more about Michael Piller. He's just such a legend.
It's entitled The Genius Move That Made TNG Great, explained by Star Trek writer. And yeah, as Anne-Marie points out on the 7th Rule, we're just finishing up season 2. It's been a roller coaster ride this year reviewing those episodes, but we keep promising to Sirach that it will get better in season 3, and hopefully we will be proven correct, because otherwise we're in big trouble. We've been lying to him for a year. So can you tell us what this brilliant move was, Dr. Anne-Marie and Melissa Longo?
So it's kind of like discussed. So this, I think, was specifically a quote from The Center Seat, that documentary on History Channel that Brian Volkweis made, and we love. And then also Peter Holmstrom did the companion book, The Center Seat, the oral history of Star Trek. But basically, it's that when Michael Piller came on board, he was like, this kind of builds on what happened in Chaos on the Bridge, that kind of covers the first 2 seasons and the 455 documentary, of how crazy it was in the writer's room and all of the turnover. So when Michael Piller got hired, he's like, this is complete insanity. There's like a whole list of writers who've been like fired or left in the bathroom as like a joke, because it's just so insane. There was like a
left
wall
in the
of
bathroom.
Writers.
Wait,
there was a wall of writers, like they were keeping track in one of the bathrooms of like, that was the graffiti. It was like uncharacteristically huge turnover for any television show. So when Michael Piller got hired, he was like, this is nuts. First of all, his laws were like, make every episode about something, which is like
interesting theory.
Which is a hilarious thing to have to like declare about an hour-long show. That said, sometimes I like when episodes are about nothing. But he also sort of like came up with the idea that every episode should focus on a character, and that's what this article is talking about. And like,
love that
about Worf this week, and that makes you care about the characters more and like look into them. And from season 3 on, you really see that more and more. And obviously, you see that a ton of Deep Space Nine and Voyager. So it's just really fun to think about, and especially like as we're all watching along with 7th Rule, like to be on the lookout for this shift.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, real quick, everybody, shout out to a newcomer in the live chat. Badger hops in and says hello. And I was just thinking, you guys, when Badger comes in, we have to say, where's Goodger and Logicer?
Nice.
That's a lower decks thing.
Goodger's good.
And Logicer has logical things to say. Melissa Longo, did you have anything to add about that brilliant idea to actually make an episode about something?
Well, yeah, no, because I had known that from the Deep Space Nine documentary, and having talked to Ira and other people that worked on that movie, that Michael Pillar's big thing was character and character growth and character development, and I love that he started that in TNG, and that he was consistent with that. Through line of character growth, character development, and because you want to be invested in the characters, they're the ones who bring you back again and again each week, because you're invested in their lives. So I think it was a smart move for Michael Pillar to go that route.
And can we just take a moment for a little screenwriting 101? Because everybody thinks, and this is maybe one of the biggest mistakes that sci-fi writers or people that want to write sci-fi, they create this big, beautiful, elaborate world, and they say, oh, but these aliens are so cool, and this and that. And people, everybody gets so creative, and they create these amazing worlds and stories and situations. But the truth is, when we are talking about Star Trek, 80% of what we're talking about is specific characters.
Totally.
That's what we care about. We care about the characters. We care about how the characters relate to one another. We care about the characters' stories and the character arcs. Inside jokes are about characters, are about Neelix's feet, or Lon Suter lighting up a room, or that's so Tuvok, or Worf's prune juice. I mean, that's what we talk about. That's what we think about. That's what we care about. We don't, when we go to Star Trek conventions, they don't just put up on stage like, a paneling that was on the show.
Exactly.
They put a human that was on the show.
Yeah.
That played an alien. Or
even
something.
more than the ships to an extent.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, and then in revealing character, you get choices that move the stories along, that help propel each story that's being told, and we either cheer for them or we go like
a pirate.
Krychek. He's the first one that's the X-Files, but
yes, that's awesome.
Wait, it's what?
One.
That's such a good example.
But every time Krychek comes on screen, I'm like, Krychek.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm blanking on his name, the one that betrayed Cisco.
Eddington.
I got him too. Eddington.
Yeah.
And then Ducat, he is so confusing. So, but that's awesome because it reveals character, and it helps us reveal character traits within ourselves too, relatable or not, or surprising. But I love that Michael Pillar focused on character development.
Yeah.
I can really relate to Kai Wynn. I just feel like her.
I knew it.
My child.
Did you tell it?
When I first met you,
What's Krychek from?
He was on
the X-Files.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so that's a JJ Lendl shout out. That dude does great stuff for the X-Files. Everybody in the live chat, let us know which Star Trek character makes you go, "Arr, Krychek."
Interesting little tidbit. I recently watched the X-Files movie, the one where they're in the desert, directed by Rob Bowman.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Huge Star Trek director.
What Star Trek character makes me go,
Devanani
Devanani Rall. I hate that guy. I hate that guy.
Make it go. Remember that song? That was CNC Music Factory.
Yeah.
Really good.
So much fun.
I think for me, it's probably Kira. I'm just watching Melissa's reaction. She's smiling, but her hands are digging into her thighs right now. Like
This is why
she's
you
like
can't
drawing
see
blood
them.
with her nails.
It's tough because they have such great character arcs and growth. Like I used to feel that way about Saval, for example, in the earlier episodes of Enterprise.
Oh, yeah.
But then by the end, he was like great
Yeah.
because he had this massive arc. Sometimes they have an arc that's negative, like Kai Wynn has an arc that's kind of negative, and Ducats was kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
but it's hard to say that just in one for anybody who had a long arc or for a long series. They weren't always just like they're usually like
Totally.
oh well. I mean, just like they have the complexity that real people have sometimes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's some that endear you to them in one episode, but then you're angry with them again in another
Totally.
episode. It's like real life.
Yeah.
Real life.
Cash Flow Hustles agrees with you, Melissa Longo. Cash Flow says, love Mark Alimo.
Mhm.
He's
I
great.
agree.
He's great. He's incredible.
He is incredible.
Mhm. All right, so let's move forward. Oh, we do have to talk a little bit about the Lappy Awards. Dr. Noor, how are the Lappy Awards coming along? Now we've got, well, you can give us an update, right? You just updated something yourself.
I did. So I loaded into the Google form that you all will be using in February or maybe the end of January, somewhere around that time frame. I loaded in there the legacy questions. So these are basically the ones that you, the fans, voted in as the top answers for all the legacy Star Trek. So this would be, original series, potentially animated series, Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, Voyager, Enterprise. So those are in the. Oh, there you go. Pulled up the
That's so
file.
exciting.
Nice.
I like the way Muhammad said, you the fans,
Yeah.
you the man.
So that's what you're going to
this-
see when you actually go in there. You're going to go in there and say,
Awesome.
like, who's the best power couple of 2017, pre-2017 Star Trek? By the way, if you're looking at the order and think that order means something, when you open the file, you'll find it'll be in a random order. So that
cool.
order that you're looking at right now, if you opened it again, it'll be different, potentially.
Let's put this to a test. Ramen Lita, Benjamin Sisko, and Cassidy Yates.
Yeah.
Let's hit refresh. Look at that. Oh, wait. Oops.
Yep.
That's the
Well, I think it's because
same.
you're opening as the question. You're not opening as the sample site. You'd have to.
Got
you
it.
have to open
Okay.
different
Well,
way.
it will. It worked before,
be.
everybody. Dr. Noor leaves no stone unturned.
Yeah.
He wants to
Credit
make
Google.
sure he doesn't want anybody to be like influenced to pick the first one or the last
Exactly.
one or anything like
Exactly.
that.
But you have all the
So-
biases.
hmm
The rest of the text in there, so a lot of text in there is still old. Like I didn't update the text because I figured we'll just update all the rest of the text later. But the questions though for Legacy are all loaded in. It's so exciting.
That's awesome.
I even wanted to vote for some as I was doing it.
So there they all are. And we are currently, so that's Legacy. That's everything pre-2017.
Yep.
Original series, animated series, Enterprise, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, and 13 movies. Some people are like, there are only 10 movies, but they're wrong. There are 13. And they're like,
Exactly.
there are only
Ah.
3 Star Wars movies. They're right about that one. Just kidding. They're wrong there too. Anne Marie's like, I've never watched a Star
I'm
War
busy
before.
sharing the polls that are open to other Facebook groups.
Nice.
I was like, these need more votes.
Yeah, that's a good addendum, Dr. Emery, that like it's not done. So it's just the
Mm.
legacy ones in there. You still have opportunities to influence what the finalists are for all those other categories involving new Star Trek or Star Trek universe. So it's on you.
Exactly. And right now, the voting is open for some, that's half of the new Star Trek categories. That's all the current stuff that happened in 2023. We're going to have like 10 or 12 of these categories, but we can only do half of those to give Lower Decks a little bit more time to marinate. We want this to be fair. Oh, did you hear? I said marinate.
Yeah, we needed to
Okay.
not have like
No.
as much recency
Almost like
bias, which I
marinate.
totally, I think,
Right.
is the right move.
They're fun questions too, like most rewatchable Strange New Worlds episode. Like, okay, that'll be fun from this past year. Okay.
Mhm.
Maybe you like the musical, maybe you
And
like
a sea of rewatchable episodes.
Yeah.
exactly.
So here are those questions, and you still have 3 days to vote on these. Those will close on Friday night, this upcoming Friday night. These will close, and you can no longer vote on them ever again
Right.
until the finalists in
Then I'll
December.
load them in, and then it's locked.
Yeah. Muhammad gets pissed. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh wait, one more vote came in. And he's like, no
Expectations.
chance, buddy.
Yeah.
No chance.
Rules are rules.
Mhm.
He
extra
does
credit.
get mad about rules. He's like, what's the point of having rules if nobody follows them? And he like throws his
Direct
colored
quote.
pencils across the room.
Damn, erasers.
Oh, I miss her. Remember when you were a kid and we used to get like an eraser in the shape of a car or a
Mhm.
Yeah,
something?
and
Oh, I meant
never
like a
erased.
chalkboard eraser. That's what I meant.
Oh,
Yeah.
dusty.
Yeah.
That's
Or clapping
dangerous.
them together.
Yes.
So here are those questions. The ones that are open right now. One of the questions is, what is the most surprising reveal or twist in Star Trek Picard season 3? There are a lot of them.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them. And we're going to pick the finalists out of those, the ones that get the most votes, move those on. And then next month, everybody will be voting on these. It's going to be nuts.
There might be
Then-
one right here.
Mhm. We also have, what is the most TNG moment in Star Trek Picard season 3? One thing to clarify, it doesn't necessarily have to have TNG characters.
Mm.
It could be just a moment that feels like the next
Yeah.
generation, you know? Like when Riker says smoother than an android's bottom, and Data goes, "Oh, may I?" And he rubs his knee, he goes, even though I think that was Insurrection.
Insurrection,
That was
yeah.
Insurrection, yeah.
Mhm.
One of the best.
I still love that line.
Jokes, I mean.
Is this a rescue or the continuation of the torture?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Love
Oh
that
my God, I
line.
know. So I like rewatched all 10 episodes to prep for this.
Mhm.
Just so many good moments. So
Oh yeah.
make sure you vote wisely.
Then we've also got, what is the most rewatchable episode of Strange New Worlds season 2? Now, there are only 10 episodes, so there's nothing to add here. But you vote on them. We're going to get the finalists out of that. It's going to be really tough. What's the most rewatchable? Not necessarily your favorite, not necessarily the best, might be. What's the most rewatchable? Because that's what Strange New Worlds is doing. They're giving us rewatchable Star
Mhm.
Trek episodes.
Mhm.
And lastly, which moment in Strange New Worlds season 2 gave you the biggest smile?
They're all so good.
So that's a fun one as well. It could be a song in
So,
Subspace Rhapsody.
maybe
it
Scotty's
could be-
reveal.
Man, there's a lot of moments.
You can
It
put
could be-
3 for each.
It could be when Pelia just shows up.
Yeah.
Actually, Anne-Marie, you do a great impression of Pelia, right?
No, but that reminds me, I need to share this and get Pelia some more votes. So, like, if you have
Yeah.
some favorite, I love Pelia. So, if you have some favorites, share it to groups where you know people will vote for your favorites.
I
Mhm.
know, that's so sinister. Actually, nobody can do a good impression of Pelia. I think I think it's gonna take a lot of work. But yes, Anne-Marie's saying something very sinister. For example, if you want Worf to win something in the best moment in Picard, share it in the Worf Facebook group, for example. You know, whatever, special group is just all about Worf posting.
Mhm.
Share it in there.
Posting.
And then he's got a better chance of winning, because then you and all your Worf-ophiles. Would it be Worf-files or Worf-ophiles? Anyway.
Worth a file.
Well,
Yeah.
that sounds better, but I don't know if that's
Yeah.
right. But
I don't know if it's right either.
Or the Wharf Files.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sounds like
Nice.
files of Worf.
Yeah.
Wharf
Hmm.
Files.
But anyway, so that is a kind of a sneaky way of doing things. Or you could share it in a Voyager group, and then everybody will vote for Tuvok, or who knows.
Mhm.
But it's fun, and share it everywhere so we get a very accurate depiction of the Star Trek community. We joke, but truthfully, I want everybody to share it everywhere, because the more people vote, the more accurate this depiction is of the Star Trek fandom that we all know and love and fear a little bit. Come on, be honest. We've all been afraid of them sometimes. They're scary. Anyway, let us know, everybody, in the live chat, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you secretly fear Star Trek fans? For me, it's like a 9.
No way, man.
They're great, but they're also, you know.
I know, we have to look in the mirror too, so you can't fear them too much.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, an 8. Anyway, let's move forward, everybody. This is a quick news item that cannot be lost today. This is from Anne-Marie's favorite website. I know this because she's mentioned this website to me dozens of times. I've never heard of it other than with her. Ars Technica.
I'm so obsessed with this story.
I've never even heard of this website until a couple of years ago.
Ars Technica. Yeah.
Yes. So this is after decades lost, Star Trek's original Enterprise model may have been found. This was huge news just a couple days ago.
Well, it's a developing story.
Wow.
Is that actually it?
Yes. Okay. So I don't know where this article picks up the story. But basically it broke the night of Halloween. When this showed up on eBay, that somebody had found it in a storage locker, Storage Wars style. And the person clearly didn't know what they had because they listed it for $1,000 and it says Enterprise Spaceship.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
From there, I just love the people who are so big on eBay that these things get recommended to them immediately. Among them was Aaron Wilkie.
Oh, no way.
And some other Starship nerds that we love, like Alex Perry from Trek Core. So it kind of progressed from there.
Oh, we love Alex Perry.
Yeah.
And Rod Roddenberry was even tweeting about it. Sorry, what were you saying, Jenny?
No, I was going to say Alex Perry is the one that commissioned my Riker painting.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, but Rod Roddenberry posted about it on Facebook first, but then took it down. But he is actively looking for this for the Roddenberry estate.
Amazing.
So it's becoming kind of controversial because once this was sort of deemed, yes, it is that, there's almost no question. Then it got taken down because the seller realized, I think, was tipped off what he had. So then there was all this buzz going on about why was it taken down? Is it because it's considered stolen merchandise? And I guess that's probably a murky area because he did buy it and who knows who got it. And then there was rumor that it had already gone back to Rod Roddenberry, and then they're I don't know, because it probably could honestly go for $1 million.
That's what I'm it's definitely it's gonna happen.
I'm sure it's good. It's seeped in legal controversy at this point. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah,
definitely.
And the article does say that Rod has deferred to the lawyers handling the estate to handle it properly. So that's as far as he's saying about it.
Wow, that is cool though.
I'm obsessed with this. That's why I'm obsessed with Storage Wars. Anytime this happens, but this is the holy grail of that, because this has been missing since the 1970s. And we never thought we'd see it again.
Yeah, we thought this was gone forever.
That's crazy.
And this person that puts up there maybe I could get $1,000 for it.
It's some sort of spaceship.
Yeah. Go up 3 orders of magnitude, guy.
And also he put up 3 pictures and we're freaking enhance this. Let us see every detail so we can compare. It's just amazing. Don't touch it. Only touch it with gloves so we can get the DNA and fingerprint.
Yes.
We can clone Gene Roddenberry.
Unbelievable.
It's amazing that it's made out of wood.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating to me. It's what you can do with wood.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
Awesome.
Oh, it's such a cool mystery. Oh,
Jenny, if they if Rod Roddenberry purchased this
Mhm.
and said, Jenny, I would like you to paint this and restore it to its original beauty, would you
I
do it, or would you be
mean-
like, how much?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, first of all, I'd be like, sure. And then I would immediately contact people that know things about building models to, I would talk to like, oh gosh, who would I talk to? Yeah,
Peter
yeah.
Karuba.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, okay, now I need model people to help me because I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, there's that like documentary too
Yeah.
from Smithsonian where they like took the other stars, like the USS Enterprise starship,
Big one.
used like the bigger one, and they like have a whole documentary about how they restored it. I feel like
Yeah,
this is that level, like
Exactly.
Smithsonian workshop,
Exactly.
all devoted to this.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
like, yeah. There are
cool.
people that know what they're doing. Who are not me.
This is such
Yeah.
a like at least $1 million thing, but I'm sure more.
Mhm.
Well, how much did the Star Wars thing go for? Like 3 or something? The Star Wars ship
The
from
Millennium
the
Falcon.
Heritage auction.
Oh, right.
I
The
don't know.
Greg.
Greg T one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which like and then like the Enterprise D, which was pretty huge, went for $500,000 back in like 2012 or something. So I
Oh,
just feel
wow.
like, but this with like its crazy provenance
Oh,
story,
yeah.
like anytime something's
Right.
stolen, that like shoots up the price so much. And then
Totally.
the fact that it's the original,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's just amazing. But it also
Yeah.
is Smithsonian level, I think.
It is. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, the other one's there.
Mhm.
It's so cool to see that there. I love it. Oh,
Yeah, that's really
amazing.
cool.
And this needs
All
its own documentary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, let's talk about this week right now because we're just about out of time here. There's also some news with SAG and AFTRA and the strike going on there. And by news, it's not quite news yet,
Mhm.
but arrows that were pointing in one direction are kind of starting to point to another direction. And now people are starting to think, wait a minute, this might be a long, cold
Yeah.
winter, Star Trek-less winter. And Star Trek's like,
Yep.
no. Discovery and Prodigy are already shot and done. They're coming out
Mhm.
regardless. Or as
Yep.
some people strangely say, irregardless.
Mhm. They do.
Weird one. If you actually Google irregardless definition, it says regardless.
Regardless.
Mhm.
know
Yeah.
where that comes from. Where does that come from? I've never.
That's kind of
said
like
that word.
nowadays. I bet you if you Googled literally definition, it would say figuratively.
Yeah.
Right. Or it would say, if you say Google, define literally, and the definition would say not literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. All right. So this week, everybody, we've got so much going on. Yesterday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we released our full review of Pen Pals, Next Generation episode, Pen Pals. Data? Kind of a creepy episode, but a lot of people love it.
Episode.
That's good. Love
It's kind
it.
of weird. And then let me
Creepy.
see.
Not creepy.
It's kind of creepy to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Data's nice.
Yeah. So he is. He's very nice. He always makes friends that are kids too, doesn't he?
Because he's so innocent.
That's true. That's a good point. So on the Falling Tower YouTube channel, we are celebrating 80s sitcom month. So it's all 80s sitcom all the time. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Go to the Falling Tower YouTube channel for the Watch the First podcast. We are reviewing Newhart with our good friend Jackie Goner. It's going to be a lot of fun. Jackie, myself, Dr. Nord, do we love Newhart? Or were we like,
Yeah,
the
freaking love
crap am I
Newhart.
watching?
That's how
we'll find
that's
out.
how I introduced my 3 brothers. I'm like, this is my brother.
Oh,
Nice.
Other
Yeah,
brother,
yeah.
other brother.
they weren't in the
So
pilot.
good.
I was sad they weren't in the pilot. Yeah, I know.
Love the Daryls.
Mhm.
The Daryls.
Okay, Newhart.
I mentioned them in our review, but they weren't in the pilot.
Oh.
We'll see, though, everybody. Stay tuned for that. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. Then on Friday, come right back to this channel for Star Trek and Chill. The title says it all. It's Star Trek and it's chill. We have fun together. It's all smiles and news and Star Trek stuff. Yes?
Also on Friday, after you watch Star Trek and Chill, remember there's a new episode for a new season of For All Mankind coming back.
Yes, yes,
Star
yes,
Trek
yes.
people.
Oh, and if you follow Dan Liu, who is a friend of The Seventh Rule, who's directed Picard and also I think Strange New Worlds.
Yep.
He
Both.
directs some For All Mankind, and he also directs. So between seasons of For All Mankind, they do these little shorts that are about like what the news is saying between the seasons.
Cool.
Sometimes Linda Park is in them announcing the news. But he directed some of them this year. And so he's posting them on his social media. And
Awesome.
He's so great. Love download.
But after
That's
Star
good
Trek and
stuff.
Chill.
Good knowledge. Then lastly, oh, by the way, I'm looking over to the left here because I got a new monitor. I'm kind of testing out, do I want the information over there? But then it feels like it kind of feels like I'm like watching a game.
I thought you were giving me side eye because I'm like,
Maybe I could
in your
watch a
phone.
game.
You on my computer screen.
I could be like, and what do you guys think about that thing? Anyway, so this Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, that's 12 p.m. Eastern time, on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel is our first segment review of something that sounds very Deep Space Nine-y, the episode The Emissary.
Yes.
Just like Muhammad's shirt has the emissary.
Yeah.
But it's a different emissary. So check that out this Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Also, several days ago, we released on the Falling Tower YouTube channel the first of our 80s sitcoms, which was Three's Company. Go check that out anytime on Falling Tower. So cool. That's it.
I love the hot Bob comments for Newhart since For All Mankind's coming out the next day.
I know, isn't that great that they're backed up on each other? So
Great
that's
job,
the Bob.
Live Pat.
No, to be clear,
I
that was
know
the
it's
Bob
the Bob
Newhart
Newhart
show,
show.
not Newhart.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but still, there's a
my.
connection.
Or is it because of the Newhart finale?
Oh yes, good knowledge.
Oh boy. Me and Melissa are like, what?
I know what it is.
Get on that For All Mankind bandwagon because Apple's so good right now. They also have Lessons in Chemistry, which is an amazing show if you're not watching it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I thought it was like Apple's really given lessons in chemistry. I was like, that's great.
There are some chemistry lessons in the show. Yes. It's amazing.
I loved science as a kid, and I loved it in middle school and high school. And I had so much fun, and I was looking forward to taking chemistry because I was like, that's what like scientists do. They like pour things. Man, I was terrible at chemistry. It was the worst freaking, I don't know what. Sometimes our brains work.
Math.
Sometimes our brains work with stuff. Sometimes I was great at math. I loved science. Hydrocarbons, get the out of here, man. I was the stupidest. I was the worst student. Anyway. So when you said lessons in chemistry, I had that memory.
Oh. It's very
Anyway,
good.
Jenny, can you tell everybody where they can find you besides in a library checking out a chemistry book?
You will not find me doing that, actually. The last couple of days, you could find me on the couch watching Battlestar Galactica. But for the rest of the week and into the future, you can find me on my social media at Jenny R. Johnson Art, everywhere except for Twitter, where I'm just Jenny R. Johnson. You can also find me and my giant print collection of all my oil paintings at jennyrjohnson.com because, hey, the holiday season's coming up and you probably want to buy some prints for someone you love. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. When you said sitting on the couch watching Battlestar Dramatica, I thought of that Portlandia skit. Remember that Portlandia thing?
Yes, that's the one Portlandia thing I've seen. So good.
Me too. Only thing I've seen. Anne-Marie, where can people find you online, please?
Okay. Stalking Jenny R. Johnson's social media because it's amazing. And on a Star Trek and Chill, we have to talk about like how it is you warm your feet. at Canadian
Oh,
convention.
yes.
But we'll put a pin in that. But I'm on Twitter at Anne-Marie Siegel 1.
That's
I'm
amazing.
so intrigued.
And yourself, Melissa, any thoughts on washing feet?
Warming feet.
Warming.
Oh, warming
Yeah,
feet.
Riker for washing feet.
Washing my feet on my social media.
I bet you that's a thing.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure it
let's
is.
be
Going there.
honest. I'm
Star
sure
Trek
there's a
started
thing
it.
going on with
Mhm.
that.
Going
Yes.
there.
Anyway, please continue, Melissa. Sorry.
At Melissa Longo on social media, Malissa. And yes, because some people put an E in there, and there's not one. The introvertedrepublic.com, at Walking Art Made by Melissa, and Walking Art Made by Melissa on Patreon. Yes.
All right. And yourself, Dr. Noor.
I'm at Mafnoor on all the socials, even weird LinkedIn and stuff like that. At MAF like Frank, N like November, OOR, or on YouTube as Biotrekkie, BIOTREKKIE.
Let's everybody pick one day where we all go back on LinkedIn and reopen our accounts that we haven't touched in 11 years and just see like what's, and LinkedIn will be like, whoa, what, we have so much activity today. We went from 7 people up to 700 in one day. How'd this happen? And then they'll be like all excited, and then we'll leave again. Abraham LinkedIn. Everybody, you can find me on your favorite social media at Ryan TG Husk. That's Twitter at Ryan TG Husk, or just virtual TrekCon, Falling Tower, or the Seventh Rule, wherever social medias are found, especially LinkedIn. No, especially YouTube. For real, though. That's it for us. Everybody leave your comments below. If you're watching live, please click the refresh button. Comments will magically appear, just like Muhammad did midway through our show, which brought us all so much joy. And leave us your comments, leave us your thoughts, give us a like and a 5-star rating. We really appreciate all of you. So when you want to talk about Hi Bob and other stuff not related to Star Trek, put it on the main viewer. Oh, and don't forget to go support that Indiegogo campaign with Walter Koenig.